Welcome back. It's another week YouTube creator news. I hope everyone has had a pretty good week. I've had a pretty good week, had a busy week. And we're back with some more YouTube news coming up in just a few minutes. We will get started on the news. I talk about all the announcements. Creator Insider's back this week, which is great. When they're gone for a few weeks, just after they came back from the Christmas New Year break, and then they take another break. It's a little bit concerning, but they're back, which is good. Chantel is in the house as well, but we're going to jump in and give everyone a shout out right now as that intro music fades away and we fade slowly into the mix that I call Creator Mix. Oh, we're going a little techno today. We'll find a level for that. We've got the music working today, which is great. We've got the last call fixed. We've got the little musical interludes as we go to certain screens. So I think everything's back and working as it should be. And we're going out horizontal and vertical. We're doing it. We're doing it all. As we did. It worked well last week. Just the one of each using the eCam feature, not the YouTube feature. And yeah, we'll get more into that in a second, but I'm going to jump in and we're going to start shouting people out and seeing who's in the chat, who's joining us today. Just making sure all my buttons are pressed. I don't know how I feel about some of the placement on some of this stuff on the vertical, so my last week to make a decision on that. All right, let's start seeing who we have here. Let's bring them up first. I've also got still got the members autoplay on. That's why the members comments automatically pop up, which I did find a little bit tricky, and I did notice it starting in on this one. I was like, we'll see. This will be the last week of testing that. We had Monique first. I brought Monique up and then I talked too much. Welcome everybody. Livestream Consultants is in the house, coming from the darkness first thing in the morning, as it is. Larry, Home Rep Repair is here bright and early after being on Roberto's stream last night for a while. Kevin Hawthorne in the house as always, Lakeland, Florida. Happy Valentine's Day as well. That's right. We've got people coming in. Amazing Off Destinations is coming in saying good morning, everyone. That was an autoplay. Autoplay is messy when I've got things tagged. Chantel is here, of course. Thought I was late, but I made it. Yeah, right on time. Just as we were rolling it out. Ollie Smith is here as well. Welcome. I'm just looking. We also got to click manually. Aaron is here saying good morning. I'll be able to tell what stream everybody's on because on the Social Stream Ninja side, the vertical stream has a little shorts logo on the comments and you'll notice it too here on the screen. Right now you see on Livestream Consultants, you see the YouTube logo there, but you'll see a variation of that, which will be the red shorts logo if it comes from the vertical chat. So yeah, people saying hi to everything. Yeah, I'm not totally sold on the auto because when the members start talking to the members, the whole conversation just goes up on the screen. So what I'm going to do, I think I might want to fix that straight away before we get into all of the formalities. And I've got a dialogue that's popped up and I can't see it. I can't click on it to clear it. It's behind something. It's usually when I've got no. Let's see if I can figure out the members chat setting here real quick in Social Stream Ninja. Might be under mechanics. This, the lever. Well, let's see if that works or whether if I have to reset, then it'll wait till next week. Chantel says, yeah, it's so annoying. I'm going to grab my laptop. I was on vertical, stopped and went and searched for the horizontal on my phone. Yeah, some people definitely have preference as to which one they want. So hopefully the one that I always share in the tweet will be the horizontal. I won't share the vertical in the thing. I just sort of want to let the vertical do its own thing. Like on the vertical today, I've turned on automatic ads. So ads might pop on if you're in the shorts feed I think I set for like every 18 minutes. So it's not like all the time. I just want to see how that does. I don't want to do that to the horizontal experience for the regulars. I want to just let them have the ad maybe as you come in, but not during the thing. I'm not into that. Frankie's here. Welcome. Hello. And we will see if those members comments continue to come up. I've toggled it off, but it may be baked in, but I'm not sure. Oh, it's still coming up because I didn't highlight that one from Larry there. That came up automatically. Okay, it'll be off It'll be off for the next stream. It's all good. It's all fine. Yeah, hope everyone's had a great week. I had a busy week. I did put out a bit of content. I had my main video on the channel. All my content was on this channel, and I've dropped 2 shorts. One thing I was doing, I'll tell you the story about the 2 shorts that I posted this week, and then we're going to get into the news. Firstly, I was watching right after my stream last week. Of course, I was over there modding and doing all the things I do on Nick and D's stream. And right at the start, they were talking about a story mode for Agent Opus, and Nick was talking about how good it is, and I'm like, you know what, I haven't checked this thing out. This looks interesting. And then I went and checked it out, and I'm like, let me upload 2 scripts. Well, I did one, and they were based on some of the news stories from last week. So it'd be like a little, 1 minute ish vertical video short. And so I uploaded the script. I actually told it to use my voice because I had my voice loaded into Opus, Agent Opus, from when I was mucking around with it before Christmas. But when I put it out, the visuals are very good. You'll see the 2 shorts that I put up. But what you'll find is that if you look at the version of the one I have actually uploaded to TikTok, it's got a female voice. It's got like an American female voice. I'm like, yeah, on TikTok, I don't care. So I'll put it up on TikTok. But I waited to put it up on YouTube until I could get a voice. Now that one I couldn't salvage doing a voiceover myself. So I ended up using 11 Labs to make an approximation of an Australian voice. I had some Australian voices loaded. I don't have a paid version where I can sort of clone my voice. And I was supposed to have a clone uploaded in Agent Opus already, but for whatever reason that's not working. So I probably need to record a new one. So I ended up getting that approximation. So that one has an Australian accent, but it's not me. Although it is basically what I did was upload my script. There were some imperfections in my recording because I had to do some things and I didn't record it right. I had some background noise. It was a little rough. But once I put it through and told it to just convert my voice to this other Australian voice, it actually sounded the best option out of all the options that I ended up coming up with. So I ended up getting that all timed back onto the original short, the graphics from the short there, and uploaded that to YouTube. That's the first one I put on YouTube earlier this week. And then the second one, I made sure I recorded my own voice better because it had the same thing happen. The second one had a female American voice. I didn't want to upload it on my channel with that voice. I wanted my voice on it. So I went ahead and recorded it. I made sure I recorded it properly, unlike the first one, and then timed that all out and exported it. I think I put it up yesterday. I think it went up about 24 hours ago. So there's one there on this week, sort of covering the auto dubbing update, and the other one is covering the legal one, the one talking about reaction videos, which we talked about in last week's show. So they're the 2 that I put up this week, and I've also been experimenting now that I'm running Ecamm beta, dual mode. So I've got a horizontal and a vertical recording right to my computer, so it's not even re-downloading the recorded stream from YouTube. It's the better quality. It's the local quality. I ran that through Gemini to see if it could locate segments that I could pull out for shorts, and it gave me, I think, about 5 or 6. And so I cut them out during the week, and I've got them sitting in a timeline. I've done the first one, but I haven't uploaded it anywhere as yet. So that's the sort of the story of my content creation this week. Let me jump back into the chat, because I said there's a bit of chat, a bit of activity, people coming in, like Eladin Baby, Koku, is it Koku? It's 1 O and then K and 2 O's. Hello. Well, regardless, welcome to the stream. Anthony Goodley is here as well. Says, hello, you a YouTube employee? No. The YT after my name does not mean I'm a YouTube employee. It just means that I do talk a lot about YouTube on the channel. That's what the YT stands for. It's because I have a viewing channel, and it's got my name on it as well, that I put YT. Like I've dabbled with taking the YT off, but I've always put it back on because I'm so used to it now. So no, I'm not a YouTube employee, but I do talk about YouTube. I found it from the two brothers. I get it now. Yeah. Nick and D. That was probably Nick and D. They're the two brothers, unless you talk about Justin Brown and Mike Brown. They're the only other two brothers I know on YouTube that I'm acquainted with. Yeah, let's see what else we got. Anthony says, I know Nick and D are dialed in and he is associated with them. I'm remembering now. I'm old and forget stuff. Hey, yeah, I can dig that old and forgetting stuff part, because that happens to me. Or the other brothers, Hank and John Green. That's another brother duo on YouTube. Not one that I'm directly related to as much as Nick and D and even Justin and Mike. Okay. I'll catch up on the chat and we're going to jump in. Let's see. Larry Darrell and his older brother Darry. I think I clicked. Oh no, it would have been up and I clicked on it, went off. Anyway, I think it's time to get into the news. I feel like I've rambled already. I feel like I'm rambling. I'm gonna just sort of adjust that, because there's a little my ears that could just need that. Let's do this thing. Let's talk about the news.
Stay tuned for Creator News.
Oh, that was loud in my ears. A little bit of a musical interlude there today. I don't know if that's too long, but we'll see. Creator Insider's back this week at YouTube, or as I like to say, when it's Tuesday, it's Newsday, and it was on a Tuesday this week, so I'm happy. Creator Insider video is back. There are 2 quick notes on that this week. Only 2. Been a little quiet since coming back from the New Year's break. Firstly, we're going to talk about auto captions when muted. So captions automatically coming on when a device is muted and or the volume is muted on the video, but the video is still playing. And Add Motion, Shorts AI is rolling out, and we'll talk all about that. So let's go. All right, let's talk about automatic captions on mute. Captions now automatically turn on when a user mutes their device while watching a video and turned off when unmuted. So it's like it's sort of an automatic toggle, because sometimes if you leave the video playing, you might want to be able to understand what is going on, because you've turned it down because you need to maybe have a conversation or not disturb people or something. So they're giving you the chance that, hey, we're just going to put the captions on. If you turn the audio back up, the captions go back off. This feature is currently available for long form videos. This is where you're specifically going to see it on mobile and tablets, but it's not yet available for short. So right now, long form videos on phones and tablets is where you're going to see this. The setting is enabled by default, but users can manually toggle show when muted to off within the caption settings of the video player. And I'm pretty sure the caption settings is usually in the cog somewhere, and you can go in, go captions, and you can change that. If there's multiple languages, you can change the language and do all that good stuff. So that's all in that user control. Now the goal is to make it easier for viewers to follow content in silent or noisy environments without needing to manually enable options. So you don't have to like scramble to go and turn the captions on, turn the captions off, when you have to go and mute for a second, but you obviously leaving the video playing. So that's what they announced in regards to that. Very simple. It's just a simple change, mobile and tablets for now. Obviously, if you've got, that's going to be probably rolled out in the latest version of the YouTube app, is where you're going to see that. If you're on an older version, how much of these newer things roll out is going to depend on the capability of your phone and the version of the YouTube app that you have. If you always keep it up to date, then you should see this at some point on the screen. Now the chat is rolling and rolling. Just going to minimize a couple of things. Just looking over, very quiet over on the vertical stream today in the chat, but very busy in the horizontal. Have I missed anybody coming in here? Let me have a look. SMA Sky's here. Welcome to yeah. Everybody seems to be, every stream I've been on since this time last week, I've seen shields instead of wrenches. It looks like the wrenches are gone, but your mileage might vary at the moment on that. But we can revisit that later in the show. Remember, at any point, if you've got questions for me, you can drop it in the chat with a Q in front. Or known as the blob, because it doesn't have any definition. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. It's a brand new feature that they rolled out on the mobile devices. Yeah, it does somewhat look like a police badge. You're right, a shield police badge. Absolutely. Anything else? Just having a quick look. We're going to get into that conversation by the looks of things. All right, let's go to the second story from Creator Insider today. Add motion tool for shorts. Oh, we're going to have a bit of show and tell on this one. This is a new AI-powered creative tool that's rolling out to help creators quickly generate animated content. Now, you might have seen this one teased at Made on YouTube back in September last year. This is one of the AI generation tools, which is now out in most places. We'll see the details on that in a second. Creators can turn a single photo, so you can just take a still photo of yourself and turn it into an 8-second animated short using preset motions. And you can find it in the shorts tool when you go and start a short, and then click on the sparkle icon or the AI icon up in the top right hand side, and using the option called Make Me Move, also known as Add Motion. When you use this tool and publish it to part of your short or as a short, the tool will automatically add the required AI disclosure tag to the short once it's published. Now, this is now available globally except for the European Economic Area, Switzerland, and the UK. So, some Europe shenanigans going on there. So let's maybe take a look at what this might look like. Hang on, I might need to be on the right screen on my phone. All right, here we go. All right, I'm in the drafts at the moment. I created one just to save time from it taking time to create one, so I don't have to create one on the spot. I took a picture of myself standing here in my studio earlier today, and let's take this still shot of me and make me look like a martial arts ninja. So I'm just going to go into it. And you can see this is a still photo of me, and it's recreated some motion in my studio. And there I am doing some martial arts. It's in a bit of a loop. It's an 8-second loop, so there's not a lot on there. And you know, that's a good workout for standing still, I reckon. So that's sort of what it looks like. It's so to set that up, let me get out of here. To set that up, basically, if I'm in the Shorts tool, all I did was go up to this little thing here, and you can see you got a lot of AI options across the top. Now this one here, it says "Make me move." It looks like John Travolta from Saturday Night Fever. So these are the options that you can pick. You can pick. You can make yourself do the cha cha cha, a 360 ski jump. That must be in honor of the Winter Olympics. Rock climbing, Bangra, the Charleston. Do a little bit of a hip hop combo dance. The windmill, the karate. That's what I did, and the Bangra 2, which I don't even know what that is. I don't know what the windmill is. You can actually play it, and it'll give you like a little preview, so you know sort of an idea of what type of movement you're going to get. So the windmill, we're talking breakdancing there. Charleston, you should know what the Charleston is. Old time dance. Rock climbing, I don't know how that's going to work, depending on, you know, the still photo you take. Are you going to climb the wall or something? I don't know. The cha-cha. Yeah, it's a little bit different to the salsa, but you know, it's got that look. Okay, the 360 jump is going to be interesting for the sport there. That all they did was turned around 360. I thought a jump would be like in the air. Okay, lots of different things like that. So the preset motions, you can't prompt the motion. It's just any of the motions. They'll probably add some later on to that. So interesting. Let's jump into chat, see what people are saying. Where are we? I've lost my spot. Yeah, people still talking about the wrench and the shield. One of my kids wanted to make a Roblox channel. I was hesitant, but they came up with a whole plan. I took the avatar and used the AI short thing. I thought it looked great, but it totally freaked them out. It was also talking, and I told it to do what the avatar screenshot made it wave. Yeah. It can be a little bit crazy. Sometimes it'll AI will add stuff that you didn't ask for. It's like thinking for itself. It'll like throw in a little bit of extra noise or a weird motion that you didn't actually ask for, but it's like, okay, that's a bit different. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, some people are really have mixed emotions about sort of just animating, like a simple animation like that, like taking a still shot of me. Like I'm just gonna click this one, and I'm just gonna take that same photo. I just want to see how this rock climbing one works, but it can run while I'm reading comments. Did you do the avatar thing? I haven't done anything with Sora. I basically am exclusive to Gemini stuff at the moment. So you know, Nano, Banana, and Veo, but you know, most of my stuff is just like doing like, you know. Pre-production, post-production, helping with scripts and titles and tags, you know, time saver sort of stuff. But I do get it to help with some imagery, and I usually take that and tweak it and make it my own, because I don't always happy with the result. Okay, it's got to 100% and it's thinking. Last time I did this, it hung for a while, so I'm just going to let that hang while I catch up on the chat, and then we'll move on to the next story. It was a screenshot from Roblox Studio, and he used YouTube AI Shorts generate a video from photo. Yeah, because you can, there's that option in the Shorts, and you can use a YouTube Create app as well. where you can take a still image and just animate it for 8 seconds. It's just a general VAO animate, which is what this is based on, but this is like specific motion that it's applying, as opposed to take this and animate the character to do this, this, and this with a basic prompt. This one is like built in. Yeah, they've got a lot of AI tools. Some people are concerned about the AI tools. They're pretty basic, and most of them are to do with shorts. So if you're not even in the shorts area, like a lot of people are in shorts and use AI for shorts, it's a bit of a time saver. I think it's interesting, but they're not going over after AI channels. They're going after the repetitive channels, the slop channels. Some of those are made using AI, of course. Click done, because that can sometimes kick me out of here. It's sort of hanging there. I'll come back if it finishes. Actually, if I click that, it's going to go to the next story. But I will do that. I'm going to bring the story up, but I'm just going to finish looking at the chat. AI audio is really good these days, but I can still tell. Yeah, absolutely. There's some telltale signs. It's getting better though, so it's going to be harder to tell in the future. Brent says, how does a creator get that 1,000K check mark without getting 1,000 subs? Back in the day, there was a different criteria, and people who worked for or did certain things, they worked for like associated companies with YouTube and so forth, were given check marks to verify that they are who they said they were. People like Andrew Can, that happened to him back in the day. He had a check mark. He's only got 15,000 subscribers. He's not a lot bigger than in subscriber size on my channel. He's had that check marks as long as I can remember. He got that many years ago because he was working with companies that are associated with YouTube, who had different criteria for their staff and allowed them to have check marks. It's been since then is when they said specifically the check mark is for those who cross 100,000 subscribers with reputable channels, because they don't give it to everybody. There is a criteria for applying now, but back then there was different criterias. So you will see them around from time to time. Andrew Ken is one of them, but there are I know YouTube employees also have verified check marks just to verify that they're YouTube employees, and for testing and different things like that. I ran into some on one of Andrew's live streams a few weeks ago. I accidentally thought that they were a little spammy and hid and I kicked them off his channel in error, and it turns out they were YouTube employees, and that's the reason why they had 3,000 subscribers and had a check mark. So there's reasons why people have check marks, other than crossing 100,000, and it's usually legacy, historic. Yeah, sometimes famous people might get that check mark early because they need it for the purposes of avoiding impersonation or telling the real one apart from the impersonators, if you know what I mean. Let's have a look. I'm running behind here. Need to get caught up on this chat. Oh, there's even a link to something that says something about verified channels. I don't know if I've read that link. Maybe I have. The shopping icon. Oh, because I tagged some products, but I didn't have them come up as like an auto. Yeah, I tagged some products today, just because I was set up on time to like do all the extracurricular stuff. I don't have them set for pinning, so but there would have been one pinned. It probably was a hat, first one in the list. On the vertical stream, I've got them rotating. I Thought I'm going to test different things on the vertical stream. There's no one over there. All right, let me see if I can get caught up here, because I know there's a super chat in the mix. Where are we? Where are we? As my guy says, I haven't quite figured out how to use or what content to make using their shorts for AI. Maybe animating my telescope, but I could, yeah, get creative with it. See what like makes sense. So some stuff and some tools don't make sense for certain types of channels. So oh, the whole change your name and the check mark disappears thing. Yeah, I have heard about that. I have not experienced in person. Yes, exactly. And Brent,
thank you for the super chat.
thank you for the super chat. Happy to answer the question as best of my ability, my understanding, because I pick up a few things over the years. Like, why does this person have a check mark? I'm clicking and the chat is moving. Yeah, Anthony, it's all good. Asking questions is part of the show. I'm really happy to answer questions as they come up. I will try and fit them in between news stories or after we do the news as well. But sometimes I don't want to lose my place in the chat, so I'll jump in and get caught up real quick. Okay, we're going on to this story. It's been on the screen, which people probably been able to read for now. There is a notification experiment happening on YouTube. YouTube is expanding a test to reduce notification overwhelm for subscribers. The viewers who have set their channel notifications to all are the ones that are going to mainly be affected by this experiment if they're in the experiment group. If a subscriber has not recently engaged with a channel despite receiving push notifications, because obviously if you subscribe, click the bell and select all, then all notifications should come to you within reason. They don't already all come to you anyway, but all you're more likely to get them than if you just get the normal setting, which is like occasional notifications. YouTube is always conscious about not overwhelming people with too many notifications in, throughout the day. Channels that upload infrequently will not have their notifications affected by this experiment. Affected users can still find updates in their notification inbox and subscriptions feed. So you might not get a notification that pops up, but it will still show in your notification section when you are in the app. You can see it, a little bell with the number on it. You should still be able to see the notifications there if you're in the experiment. You just won't get the pop-up notification for the instant, hey, here's a notification coming in. Ding goes the bell. Now, this is the announcement here from this week, February 11, 2026. Test improved notifications experience. So this is a test of something that they've been testing for a while. So this is just a new version of a test that they've been running on notifications since March, a year ago, March 26, just about a year ago, 2025, where they were doing a similar test. This test is a tweaked version of the all subscribe, check the bell for all notifications test. So this is like an updated test or updated version of this older test. We were reminded by Zach this week on X, YouTube is running an experiment where all people with all notifications on who haven't engaged with recent push notifications won't receive push notifications. Remember, the push notifications are the ones that sort of push up and appear on your screen on your phone. Those notifications will still be in the notification section, so it's not like you're not getting the notifications. It's just they're not all appearing in front of you every second of the day. And you know what? I think I'm okay with that. One thing to note though, is that notifications form very little amount of anybody's views on any particular video. Notifications is not a high traffic source at all for anybody. So if people are concerned that their video is going to be seen less because of not so many notifications going out, there's very little going out already. If you look at your stats in the back end of YouTube, you will see that most people don't even have notifications turned on for you when they're subscribed to you, because a lot of people just either have it off on YouTube's end or they have it off on the device end. And there's a small proportion will have them on, and they will get them because they want them, but it is not a high source. Like, your video will still appear in the subscription feed if you have selected that option as default on your uploads. People are going to see you there. People are going to see you on the homepage. People are going to see you where they typically see a new video show up. They're going to see it. So notifications isn't going to kill anybody's video or kill anybody's channel. So I thought I would mention that. All right. Now this next one's an interesting one because we've talked about it before. AI likeness detection and protection. And now this particular thing, it's sort of worded like this is a new announcement, but it's actually not an announcement. This is more of a reminder, and we'll talk about why it could be a reminder in just a second. A new pilot program is now available to help creators protect their identity. I was going to make a video on this, and I've still got that in my to-do video list. Make a video on the likeness detection. Available to all YouTube Partner Program members who are 18 years and older. So if you're in your YouTube Partner Program and 18 or older, then you are eligible to turn on likeness detection. This beta tool helps creators detect and request removal of unauthorized videos where their face has been altered or simulated by AI. Creators must complete a brief verification process in YouTube Studio to participate. And so we were reminded of this week, and this is why it's come up. This is some reminder on social media. I believe it was the updates from YouTube account on X, Twitter, that sort of put this out as a bit of a reminder. I think the reason why YouTube is reminding people of this is because they haven't had a high uptake on people signing up for it, because obviously you have to upload part of your likeness, so your face, so they can do face detection. It doesn't work without your face. They don't know what your face looks like. You might have multiple people on your channel. They don't know which one is you. To use your own videos as a base. They want you to upload like a still image. They do a process that you do on your phone to take a picture of all this and then set it up. At some point, I will actually walk through it, set it up for myself, and turn that into a video, like an instruction video tutorial. So that's what I want to do. But I think that YouTube hasn't got a high uptake on this one yet, and they want more people to be protected. Now, this is good for people who might, if you have a channel where you appear on camera, and you tend to find that a lot of people you get a lot of re-uploads of your content, or they might, if you're maybe like a higher level creator, you might have your likeness stolen and applied to other videos. This has happened to people like MKBHD, and that you start getting your likeness used in content that you haven't made yourself. It's been ripped off. It's been you've been AI deepfaked or different things like that. So it's happening in small degrees, but it's going to start happening more. And so they want creators to be protected and not have their likeness used in a way that is not acceptable, to you. You haven't authorized it. You don't want your face associated with whatever it is that they're doing. So that's something we're going to look into more down the road as we head into 2026. Andrew Cairns in the house says, AI likeness detection makes me know I made the right call when a company wants the rights to my likeness. That call was hell no. Yeah, indeed. You're not having the rights to my likeness. it's got to be really worth your while. There was a recent creator who I've never heard of, but obviously was quite well known, who sold their likeness for some stupid amount of money. And I think they might have got scammed. It didn't. The whole deal didn't make sense. The amount of money that was involved didn't make sense. I've lost my spot in the chat. Let's see. I'll scroll, see if there's any questions. All right. Yes, we are still in 2026. So when I said, into 2026, I mean further into, like we get deeper into, like we're in the pool of 2026. We just haven't gone deep yet. We're only in like mid-February. We're in the second month. Once we get right in the middle of the year, that's when we're like deeper in the year. That's my calendar analogy, my pool calendar analogy. Wise cats. My cats got me up so I could watch Doug live. There we go. Yeah. And you've got plenty of time to prepare for your stream later on the Opus channel. You got many hours to prepare. Did I travel to 2025? Some people wish they could. It's the Dougorian calendar. Love it. All right, next. Let's continue moving on. Okay, there was an interesting article this week. A study on engagement. This particularly relates to YouTube. So a few snippets out of this article. It is from I deleted the website it was from. Oh me. Anyway, all the information we need is here. The recent study by it's like an e-marketing company, I think it was e-marketing or something like that. I think it was called. A recent study highlights how video length significantly impacts organic engagement rates on YouTube. So engagement, we're talking about like commenting and liking and doing all the where the viewer's reaching back out to the content creator. It says that content between 1 and 3 minutes leads the pack with a 2.5% engagement rate. The videos between 3 to 5 minutes perform the worst at 0.8%. And then engagement picks back up for videos 10 minutes or longer, reaching about 1.7%. And then videos that are under 30 seconds receive a 1.1% organic engagement rate. So if they're super short, 1%. If they're in that 1 minute to 3 minute mark, so it goes over 1 minute up to 3 minutes. So, the better part of a longer short, 2.5% engagement rate. The data suggests that audience intent is more important than sheer brevity. Viewers engage more when the content provides value density relative to its length. So whether you make short videos or long videos, I've got my hands out, you can't see them there, unless you're on the vertical feed, you can see my hands a little bit. Whether you're doing short content, long content, jam-pack your videos with value. And if there's value that provokes thought or a feeling or emotion, then you're more likely going to get a like, a comment on that video. Particularly if you move them in some way, you are more likely to get a comment on the video. But this is, and of course, as Anya says, that she doesn't have much faith in these types of studies. Unless the numbers come directly from YouTube. That's right. It's like, it'd be interesting to see what the sample size was on these. Like, is it deep sample size, or was it a small cross section? Obviously, they're testing all lengths, including shorts and longs and ultra longs and shorts. Ultra short, ultra longs, ultra shorts. So it's just food for thought. I just thought that was an interesting article to be tuning into this week. Yeah, as always, with any sort of survey or study, take it with a grain of salt. And if you're interested in knowing more, dive in and find out about their sample sizing and their methodology for doing the study. That can always tell you a lot about why the results are the way they are. All right. Here's an announcement that I know will be near and dear to Nick Niman's heart. The YouTube Partner Program is now expanding to Armenia, which is a country sort of in the sort of around the Middle East, sort of wedged in with all the Baltic states and different things, and the Ministans and Turkish and Armenistans, but then in the middle there's Armenia. YouTube is expanding its monetization footprint with a new regional launch. The program is scheduled to go live in Armenia in spring of 2026, and then Northern Hemisphere spring is coming up very soon. Like, I think we're into spring next month, aren't we? Local creators will be able to monetize their content and join a global community of over 3 million partners. This launch is part of YouTube's commitment to grow the global creator economy and help creators build businesses on or off the platform. Up until now, and I know Nick helped a lot of budding creators many years ago. It was probably a few years before the pandemic. And he was over there a couple of years in a row training young people on how to do YouTube. But the one sticking point they all had over there was that they couldn't get, there was no opportunity to get into the YouTube Partner Program. So Nick had to show them other ways of monetizing off platform so that they could monetize their content. And now they can jump in and monetize their content on platform, which is going to be awesome for them. They've been waiting many years for this. And I think this is really, and I'm really happy that they're rolling this out to Armenia. And where am I up to? Oh, I know where we're up to. We've got a little news segment. It's sort of something I've done before, but this is one where I've actually dubbed, given it a name, and it's called Shortcuts. These are like the little short snippet stories that we've snagged out of the social medias or heard about elsewhere, and we're going to share it with you, just a little bits of information. Often these are just like little posts that I've got from Threads or X or YouTube or wherever else I've found them. Little stories that we haven't already covered today. Visceral reactions get comments, absolutely. A big shout out to Wanderer AUS, welcome. I saw Karen Kohler there as well, awesome. This chat just keeps moving on me due to the auto members thing, which I have now turned off, but that will be reset for next show. For tutorial relief of finally getting help is the real thing. Yes. Andrew says, I remember that Nick really is ahead of the game and happy for this news. Yeah, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. I hope he mentions it because I want to see the big smile on his face. He talks about it on today's show. So I'd be shocked if he isn't aware of this news, because he keeps abreast of the news. You know that. All right. Let's jump into the shortcuts. I need a little jingle on this shortcuts intro. All right. First one. 24 hours ago, this one popped up on my radar. For people who are in full screen mode on YouTube, they were seeing a solid bar appearing at the bottom, and it was like something was out of place, and they were going to fix that. They've now fixed that. So this is a bit of a PSA. You might have been seeing a black or grey bar cutting off the bottom of the screen in full screen mode. In some cases, the bar might appear white. So it could be black, grey, or white. Okay, but they fixed it. They come back, updated, said they're fixed. People reported the issue. So a little bug on YouTube. Bugs happen on YouTube all the time. So if you see something that looks a bit out of place, doesn't look like it's a feature, it's probably a bug. Okay, these are supposed to be quick, so we're going to run through them. Okay, this one. YouTube plans to launch new AI tools, which they constantly are these days, to match brands with high impact creators. This came from a Google article actually. When I dived in earlier, YouTube is rolling out AI that analyzes creators, content, and audiences to match brands with creators most likely to drive sales. Google is also testing retail ad units in AI mode that highlights stores offering products and shoppers are researching. Okay, the rest of that is to do with websites and stuff. That's the first part. YouTube is giving some analysis tools so they can better match creators and brands so that they get better matches, better fits for the brands and the creators, so that the thing that's being promoted makes sense to the audience and the audience is the right fit for what the brand is offering. I think that's pretty cool if we can get like better insights and better matches like that. And if it leads to more brand deals for creators, I'm all for that. And shout out to David's Little Natural Gym, Dang for short. Okay, next one. Now this is an interesting one. This is somebody happened to comment on Threads. This top one, YouTube Clips editor for long form videos is such a great feature. I made a video about this last year, so if you haven't checked that out, make sure you check that out. But if they wanted to make it God tier, they would have an option to make horizontal format videos into vertical clips for YouTube Shorts. And who, but none other at the bottom there, Renee Ritchie, the YouTube creator liaison, jumped in and says YouTube announced both back in September at Made on YouTube, that is. Horizontal clips was just the first. 3 recommended Shorts clips are coming next. So we're getting additional features to that clipping tool that is already baked into YouTube Studio. A lot of people, like I used it a couple of times when it first came out just to test it out. I've sort of gotten slack and haven't used it. It's a good way to quickly repurpose content, particularly from longer things like these live streams. That's a good use case from podcasts, longer form content where you want to like just take a section of that longer form content and use that to tease like a clip or a highlight. Right now, you can only do horizontal ones, but soon you'll be able to convert those to shorts clips as well. And so it's coming next. So sometime this year, I would imagine. Next one. This is another feature that's coming up. And this is a little bit of a reminder that we got via Roberto Blake reshared this. This is from this creator here. It says, YouTube just changed the thumbnail game for global creators. So this is in relation to when we're making multi-language videos. So we're doing videos, we're changing the audio tracks to different things, not necessarily auto dubbing, but multi-language audio as well, where we're purposely making foreign language audio tracks and putting them on the video. And then you have the ability to, obviously the title can be in that foreign language, the description can be in that foreign language. But some people like Mr. Beast are already trialing out the option to have a unique thumbnail for every language that you have uploaded to your channel, or you have multi-track. So when, if their preferred language is Spanish, it might be a Spanish thumbnail. You can see Mr. Beast's example thumbnails here. They're a little bit small here. They don't have any text on them, but he's making them region specific by changing the currency, because he's laying like in a bed of cash. The currency is related to the thing, and he's also putting like the, I'm not sure if the little ball logo is part of Mr. Beast's logo, or whether that's just part of the demonstration to show you, hey, this is China, this is Korea, this is whatever. So you know, you can do it uniquely by using imagery that is language specific or region specific. Not just, you could just change out the text too. You could be changing the text from English to Spanish to Hindi to French to German to Korean to Japanese, you know, all those. So right now, only some channels He says bigger channels like Mr. Beast, but it's just whoever YouTube is in the test beta program. A lot of them are larger channels, not all of them are. Some of them are more technical channels. I thought that was an interesting reminder that is coming, and it was talked about last year, and it might have also been made on YouTube. I can't recall, but I do remember multi-language thumbnails being mentioned. It was late last year, I think. It did come up in the news. I think we even mentioned it here. I just thought I'd drop that as a reminder. And our last thing is Neil Mahan, the CEO of YouTube, regularly sort of posts updates and reminders and aggregations of some of the recent feature updates that are rolled out. And so he's done another reminder this week of the last few weeks, which is always good. He usually backs this up every couple of weeks, every 3 weeks, every month. He reminds us of that now that auto dubbing is now available to all YouTube channels. We did a bit of a talk about that last week on the show. Expanded library of 27 languages, and 8 of these languages are powered by expressive speech. One of the short that I dropped yesterday was all about that. So that's one of them. He's also talking about RStudio. Has expanded to 30 new countries and markets across Europe and Latin America. Unfortunately, we don't have RStudio here in Australia yet. It's a bit of a bust for us. A YouTube shopping affiliate program is live in, I believe that flag is Japan. Could be wrong. I think it's Japan. So YouTube creators can earn by tagging products from partners like whatever that brand is. It's a little bit small for me to read. And the other thing we found out a couple of days ago, YouTube just rolled out a native app for Apple Vision OS. And that's, the Apple's goggles that people wear on their head. They didn't sell real well. They're overpriced, very expensive. At the time that they launched, YouTube didn't put out a native app for them to use. This week, they've rolled that out. Go figure. And then finally, he's mentioned that YouTube partners, YouTube creators in Armenia will soon be able to join the YouTube partner program, which we just talked about. So, awful lot of great little recap by Neil. I like his recaps because he sometimes reminds me of things that I've forgotten about, even if they are recent. Because it brings these back to mind. I think it's time. Jump back out, go full screen, and answer questions. So if you've got a question for me, drop it in the chat with a Q in front of it for the last part of the show, which we are in that latter part of the show. I'm going to just go back and make sure I haven't missed any pertinent comments that I need to maybe highlight or answer a question. I think I'm here somewhere. Or comments like these ones. A lot of channels leaning into the long form, as there are a lot of TV viewers now, and they are less likely to jump away once the video starts. That's true. Live streams do well on TV, like sort of longer podcast episodes. If you make like episodic length episodes of your series, if you're doing a series, maybe you put out like an episode a week or an episode a month, or you drop them in a chunk, however you do that. TV is your ideal place for people to like find them and join them and do all the things. I like it. Andrew says most of my live stream views are coming from TV, but interesting views are higher and comments are lower. Yeah. It's not as easy, and I know YouTube are trying to make it so that you can pull your phone out and have it like synced, and you can like comment on your phone while the video is playing. I think, but people have to like figure out how to do that. Like I've never done that. I don't watch a lot of YouTube on the TV. Sometimes have this TV behind me. If I'm working here at the desk, I might have a live stream on, but I'm not really interacting with it that much. I'll tend to open up the chat here on the thing if I want to chat, even though it might be playing the video over on the TV, all that sort of stuff. Okay, let me get caught up because I see that Larry just dropped a question. It's about to disappear off the screen. I'll go and re-highlight it. Some conversations going there. Andrew says, content technical quality is higher than ever, so what you actually say matters more than ever. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Karen says, I have brands email me and leave links. I don't respond. If the sponsor came through YouTube, I might trust them. Yeah, it's like when people approach with email via email, it's like how do you vet those people? You know, how do you know? There are some indicators. Like sometimes it's easier if they are obvious, spammy or scammy. You know, like the wording's poor, the email address doesn't look like it's from a real brand because it might be like a Gmail or a Yahoo or something, or Hotmail. That's a telltale sign. But keep in mind, if it's a creator reaching out to you, they might be using a Gmail, because not everybody has a personalized email address or has a website, so they're using their, you know, Gmail that they correspond with people with when they're doing their YouTube thing. But that's not a brand. So brands, does the email address look like it comes from the real deal? That section after the @ symbol, is that a reputable brand? If you go to that on the web, is that a real website, or does it not go anywhere? They might have a separate email domain. Very rare that happens, but some companies do. Telltale signs. Okay, if the email could possibly be legit, then you start, well, what's the person's name? Can I find them on LinkedIn? Do I know who, are they listed as working for this company on LinkedIn? Does the company have them listed as working for them on LinkedIn? Particularly if they're supposed to be in like marketing or promotions or whatever, then hopefully they've got some sort of LinkedIn presence. So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. You always got to do your due diligence, and often people, they just approach, and their approach is bad, or their approach is not a good fit for your channel. Sometimes I'm starting to try and at least be courteous enough to let them know that what they're offering me isn't a good fit, and so I'll send them an email saying, thanks for reaching out, but your product or service isn't a good fit for my audience or my channel. Sometimes I'll be maybe a little bit interested, but I know I just can't do whatever it is, or right at this minute. So maybe it's somebody I want to keep. Oh, there's my microphone. Somebody I want to keep on my radar, and so I might send them an email saying, don't have any availability right now, but maybe revisit in some point in the future. And they're usually usually get pretty positive response from that. Then you get the weird people who you give some answer to, and then you get bombarded with 2 or 3 different people from the same brand reaching out to you within a week of each other, because they must be doing some sort of blitz, not cross-referencing their lists, and you're getting hit up by 2 or 3 different people from the same place for the same deal, for the same brand offer, what it is. So you got to do your due diligence, and it's ever, if you don't have the bandwidth for it, you just got to let it go by the wayside, don't you? All right, I want to try and get through some of these. Andrew says, a clipping tool makes me wonder what they consider the remixing feature. Same thing, just manually. Clipping tool makes me wonder what they consider remixing feature. Yeah, yes, interesting, because remixing is pretty much exclusively turning something into a short exclusively. Now, there's the classic clipping tool on YouTube where it's like just a sharing tool. I think there's a maximum, I think it's 2 minutes or whatever it is, that you can share from a video, and it takes them back to the original video. If they share it on social media, it's just like a share link. It's not them creating new content from that. Whereas this other clip tool that we were just talking about earlier is in YouTube Studio, is under videos. When you go down, you can clip sections, and it actually gives you like the transcript, and you can actually like find sections by text. It's like crazy. You can mark in points and out points and say, I want to go from there to there, and then upload that as a brand new video on your channel, and the ability to add a video, a little section at the start and a little section at the end, so you can give a new start and ending if you want, maybe a new end screen, new start screen. Maybe you want to record a separate introduction for it. or maybe it's like just a title role or something, which, you know, for retention and that you tend not to use these days. But you can do it, and you can upload it as a new video and then therefore do all the things, give it its own thumbnail and everything, and it becomes like a shorter piece of content, a clip, essentially. So, you know, and sometimes when they roll, there's occasionally places YouTube will roll out a tool and call it the same thing as something else that they previously had out. And that's one of the ones that they did that. Andrew also says they already let us set language, title, description, transcript per location. The thumbnail is the next natural step. Yeah, I think that sort of rounds out what you would want to do, like the essentials. Hey, Senor Clumpo. Greetings. Algo recommended. Thank you to the Algo. That's the power of live streaming. Even though that comment came in on the... Oh, there are a few people watching over on... Okay, Karen's watching over on the vertical. I'm not really paying attention to the icons. Oh, yeah, I can see it over on Social Stream Ninja. It's showing me the icons. So I can see where the comments are coming from. I don't believe the place logo is on his channel videos. The place logo. Okay. I'm not sure what the place logo is. But I am behind in the chat. YouTube has been really listening, and I do appreciate it. I need auto-dugging. Doug just telling me I'm doing good and to keep going. Did you? Is that from that tweet I tweeted? It was like a motivational tweet. I was just replying to I think I was replying to buy me a coffee. Says whatever you'll read, all the responses to this thing will be encouraging or something like that. I'm like, well, I need to say something encouraging. So that was my reply. Okay. We got Doug GPT. Larry Dugandy. I don't know who Larry Dugandy is. Questions for Doug? Okay, this is where we're up to. David Matney's in the house. He's over on the vert. Hope the vert's looking good. Okay, here's the question by Larry that I knew I would get to eventually. In my studio viewer traffic source and your chat about external and other, what are these? All right. That's a good question. This seems like it follows on from Andrew's stream the other day because he was like looking at all that stuff. Okay, I'm just diving into YouTube Studio. In my studio source traffic, viewer traffic source, and your chat about external and other, what are these? External means that the views are coming from outside of YouTube. By and large, it could be Google searches and stuff, or it could be someone sharing, you know, being embedded on a website. And then when you can actually, once they've got the data, you can actually burrow into external and see the individual websites. You might see that, you know, it was recommended by Yahoo search and Google and Alta Vista. Is Alta Vista still around? Yeah, all the different LLMs and whatnot, and somebody shared it on Twitter and social medias. Other is like, usually YouTube uses other when they really haven't got a category anywhere else for anything else. It's like something odd. Usually other means other YouTube ones that don't have specific traffic sources, I believe, from the top of my head. That's what that's about. There's more questions, so let me see if I can barrel through, because I'm going to have to, you know, call the thing.
It's the last call.
It's the last call. Last chance to drop your questions and make comments. Cacophonous Cat's in the house and says, I'm interested in the LLM, large language models. I don't know what the extra L's for, but that's okay. Maybe that's something different. Question is there an LLM version of Google? LLM? Local large. Oh, local. Yeah, it's in the next comment. Local large language model. I thought there must be a reason why there's an extra L on this, but yes. Yeah, because theirs is obviously posted. I'm not aware that there is one, but there could be. I just haven't dived deep enough. Even though I do use Gemini, I haven't dived deep enough and having like a local version. So yeah, I haven't dabbled enough with LLMs to know the answer to that, unfortunately. Via email, I reach out to the company direct, search LinkedIn, search Reddits. Yes. Gee, they want to put 5K up front. Yeah. Sometimes they do that just to get your attention. Yeah, because it does look Lego-ish when you sort of zoom in a little bit more and the closer on the map. Yeah, it's just a lot more of a dot menu. But yeah, it does have a Lego theme to it for sure. Do you think IO extensions are trustworthy? .io extensions. What does .io stand for? Oh, like in Frame.io? Okay. That's an extension. I think it's just an extension. I get a lot of "you suck, I better pay me" instant spam and block. There we go. What's a good editing app for an Apple computer? All right, I can answer this. I am in the Apple ecosystem. I edit on Final Cut Pro. That's like a $300 software. But it's one time. It's not like recurring. It's not like Premiere where you got to, it's not like Adobe stuff. You can use, like, there is a version of Premiere. There's a version of DaVinci Resolve. So you can get a free DaVinci Resolve in a Mac version. So you can do that. You can go keep it real simple with iMovie, which comes from Apple. It's free. Most of the other brands you can get like a Mac version of. Like if you've been on PC before and used like Filmora or CapCut or any of those, you can get versions of those for Macs. Pretty much most editing software now will be available PC and Mac. Then you get the exceptions like Final Cut's Mac exclusive, iMovie's on Mac. Actually, a Final Cut's actually on iPad now as well. iMovie's on iPad, iPhone. But yeah, they're Apple exclusive, the Apple devices. But yeah, a lot of the ones that are on PC, you can also get on Mac. So if there's something you like that's already on PC, then there's a chance that you can get a Mac version of it from their website. But yeah, me personally, I use Final Cut. When I first started, I would dabble with iMovie, and but I knew that I wanted Final Cut because I wanted the flexibility of being able to do whatever. iMovie's a little bit more limited, but it's all good. But yeah, basically most of the reputable apps will have a Mac version, so you're good. All right. If YouTube wants a clipping tool to be the next level auto flag, send me the highest rewatch moments and then tell me to clip. Sounds like somebody needs to make a tool like that, like an online tool. All right, Larry's dropping the questions. If I have a new video that is performing very good, but I'm ready to publish again, will the newest video steal impressions? Are you trying to test me? Are you testing me? These are questions. These are questions that often show up on like Nick's stream and stuff like that. By the way, he's starting in 15 minutes. I'm trying to catch up. While I'm taking a sip, this is what's coming up today. Newman Live, 9 a.m. Eastern. I believe at 1 p.m. Eastern or thereabouts. Opus Clip, Roberto, Blake and Andrew Ken. Roberto told me it was happening, so I included it today. Chantel will be streaming Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern is her standard time. I believe she'll probably be streaming. She's here right now. And I'll be back this time next week, 7:30 a.m. for YouTube Creator News. If there's news, then I'll be here. I do have a thing on next Saturday, but that shouldn't affect me streaming. All right. Let's jump back at that. I just speed ran that. Okay, back to Larry's question. I don't want to seem like I'm avoiding the question. It would just depend on like how soon, like what's your normal cadence? Like, do you do like 2 videos a week? Like a Monday and a Friday or something like that. I would tend to post as normal, like post to your schedule, because your viewers are already used to you posting at that frequency. They're not going to be, they would have already, your regular viewers have already watched that one, especially if it's doing well, it's going out to a greater audience. Obviously, YouTube will try to put that one in front of those people as well. But if they've already seen the first one, then that's something else that you can actually take advantage of, because YouTube will try it straight away with those people who have recently watched your content. So they're more likely to click and watch that one too, particularly if they maybe follow on from each other or on a similar topic. If they're vastly different content, then maybe hold off. Gee, I look pink in that, don't I? That's weird. I think I need to calibrate that TV. It's too red. But yeah, they're my thoughts. They're my thoughts. You know, we used to sometimes say when a video popped off is to let it breathe, and I think there is some value in that as well. So I think it just depends, is the answer that I would give. I probably want to like dive in and just take a deeper look. You know, wouldn't just like I just go, oh, it's doing well. Will I hold it? It's like, how well is it doing? Karen's only seen the vertical view. That's fine. Both versions are out there. Okay. Trying to get caught up. I'm just looking for any questions right now. I'm scrolling. The auto plays. Oh, hang on.
Thank you for the super chat.
Larry's dropped $10 super chat. Much appreciated. And thank you for supporting. Larry's here every week, supporting and learning and talking me up and posting same day like immediately can harm momentum, since what YouTube focuses on relevancy. But if it's doing well and follows up, it's fine. Also, every audience is different. Test yours, Larry. Test yours. Test ours as well. We should test your hours. You should test yours. Yeah, I think if it's a schedule, then people are sort of maybe expecting. They go like, I know channels schedule sometimes, and if I'm keen on it, I'm like, oh, if I just wait until like 4 o'clock today, I know that such and such is going to have a video out because they publish that time every week. Yeah, something to look forward to, you know. So I dig it. Well, it's 12 minutes to Nemen Live. We're going to wrap things up. Before we do, let's just, Ecamm, what are you doing? Okay, Ecamm broke my things again. They keep breaking my text. But yeah, a big shout out. Not all the members are showing because the text changed size. But a big shout out to all the members on the channel today. Hewson Max in particular, Home Repair Larry, and Eileen Smith. I didn't know that was going to fail. That seems to be a regular bug on this new Ecamm beta, so I might report that one. All right, we're going to wrap things up, let people go, get ready, make that coffee, and get ready for Nemen Live coming up in 11 minutes from now. What I'm going to do is say one last word, and that is, I'll catch you later.